What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back for another movie for the Blazing Toku Moviethon.
Sponsored by the Toku Brew Podcast.
And this week we have two things very familiar with the channel. If you've been following me for a long time, you know we follow and talk about a bunch of Revice, and we love talking about Geats. And we actually have both, and technically by the time the movie takes place for the show, we've actually talked about up to this point on the Toku Brew Podcast. And we've obviously talked about Revice on a regular Toku Brew.
Yeah.
So we have
It was a little weird at the beginning. We were still finding our footing.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I will say this. That means much like Decker, we don't have a lot to get into. If you really want to see our deeper thoughts on like characters like Iki, Ace, all of them,
Vice,
go
like
watch
that kind
those
of thing.
stuff, like how we feel about those. But overall, this was a fun epilogue movie for Revice, and just a random interspliced but canon events to Geats.
Yeah.
Like, no joke, this is canon. They reference this
in the show and everything,
exactly. And this is technically the first Desire Royale, or Royale, depending on...
I don't know, they say Royal, but, I mean, I feel like it should be Royale, but maybe that's the point.
But, yeah, no.
But, yeah,
but
especially Ryuki's here. I feel like, especially considering it's a team-up movie, those don't tend to be super good all the time.
Last year's was pretty good.
Last year's was pretty good. There's, like, a couple of really good ones out there, even for shows that, like, we didn't particularly like.
Oh, the one with Sentry? Yeah, that was technically a Saber one, too.
Yeah, like, we're not big fans of Saber, but, like, that was a good team-up movie. Like, even
and
then.
Superhero Senki was pretty good.
And, like, again, like, even putting it in that perspective, like, it's even better. All things considered.
But, yeah, no. And, there's... What do we want to start with this? Do we start with the Revice half?
I guess so. It is, like, the more...
It's very
needs more build-up.
Like, you know what's funny is at least how it used to be, if you go back to, like, the original starting of Movie Wars, there were always these kind of bits where you had the Geats half, you had the Revice half. But, in this version, it kind of is. You had your little Geats epilogue little chunk, and then the rest, they're just kind of going with Geats.
Bleeded... Geats just kind of bleeded into the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Geats never really got, like, a separate part. Like, it kind of was kind of interesting and cool that it kept its momentum.
Yeah, and it feels like it didn't want to explain a whole lot of why they were interacting, so they just kind of went with, like...
Hell.
It's just this, and then it's like, okay, and then you move on.
We were supposed to know Buffa was still alive.
Yeah.
Like, he was revived for this movie and everything, but that's getting into that half. But
so this is after he died, but before he became part Jamato, essentially.
I think it was literally right before.
Something like that.
Also, before we get started, we have a few things I want to mention about this movie. We have actually the movie promo amongst here, where if you bought a ticket, you would get the Vice ID Core, which obviously if you wanted the Revi ID Core, you needed to get ID Core Set 1.
Do we have
that? I know what you want to say. I know what you want to say right now. Say it. Say it. You know you want to say nerd. Oh, yeah. Wasn't expecting that. So, you know...
Yeah, you just being like, oh, and actually, and then just talking about a little detail.
Oh, my God. But overall, like, it's just, hey, the Igarashi family is kind of living on their lives without Vice, and they're kind of sad about it. But they had a new kid, which, I'm not gonna lie, when your family is known to bring demons into this world, why would you have another child?
Yeah, maybe not. But hey, they're cute.
Yeah.
It's a cute little brother.
They don't do anything outside of get kidnapped. Oh, spoiler alert, they get kidnapped.
It's like the first thing. One of the first things that happen.
It's literally the first thing. They get the monsters, come beat them up, which are these robot things.
It's cute little demon we see the little devil from it, and it's just cute little...
Well, that wasn't until the end of the special, but yeah, like, it literally looks like a Veil/Vice looking baby. It's like a gray and pink baby.
But it's like Loveco's rival for being cutest in the house or something like that.
No, that's the baby itself.
Well, yeah, where do you think the demon got it from? Duh.
But, yeah, overall, it's pretty much, that's just, the whole predicament is they need to protect their family. Think Fast and Furious.
Family.
Yeah, actually, Vin Diesel actually made a cameo in this online. There's no Vin
Can you
Diesel
imagine?
in this movie.
Doesn't he do a lot of Japanese commercials, though?
No.
Or am I... No, I'm thinking of Bruce Willis. I'm thinking of Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of Japanese commercials randomly.
He used to.
Or, yeah, he used to.
But yeah, no, overall, it was just a sweet kind of fun thing. It was just them kind of dealing with life and, like, having to accept that their family is going to have rough paths and have to deal with monsters because of what they are. And that's kind of was the whole message and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kind of got us about this little portion, why did, like, the mom and dad just disappear halfway through the movie?
Aguilera's, like there and gone.
Like, Aguilera's not, like, gets, what, maybe 2 speaking lines of the whole movie?
Something like that. I can only think of his, like, dead man name. Tamaki.
Tamaki? Oh, yeah, Over Demon's kid is nowhere to be found.
No.
Weekender kid is gone.
Tamaki...
I still don't remember his name.
I can only think of Julio. But, yeah, Tamaki...
Gets his own stamp.
I think they, like, customize the...
Yep, he's Get Over Demons. He's an orange version of Over Demons.
Yeah, I love it. It looks really cute.
I like that a lot.
Hiromi's officially 50. He's running around on a motorcycle shooting people.
Yeah, but say Hiromi's getting better. I know he gets better even in the V cinema, but we haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we really don't see much of him outside of him being a delivery boy and helping to save the baby. He was like, I'm gonna...
Hey, we stand Hiromi in this household!
Exactly, I love Hiromi. He's great.
We love him.
And overall, I think it was just kind of a short and sweet one where it was kind of like, they just had to see Iki get a near-death experience and then pretty much go into his
watching their family just freak out over him was actually heartbreaking.
Like one of the 3 scenes.
And the dad yelling for him to open his eyes. Oh my god, that was like actually very sad.
Dick shots though, by the way. Do you remember the opening with the dick shots? They covered them up with their rider faces, and that's.
Oh my god, yeah, because they were in a bathhouse on a roof, just full on like Dan, like oh my gosh, Dan just like naked in the sun.
Yeah, but
that was funny.
And then obviously the monsters, like we said, capture the demon and they try to get away.
And apparently this was a world that apparently had been previously, like, kind of destroyed by the Desire Grand Prix, something like that. I don't know, there's some sort of connection with them, but, like, it's not that important, honestly. They just kind of want Gifu's DNA to be strong.
Yeah, and then you find out about this new game master, who is an ex-game master, we find out, who immediately just tries to take Surumi hostage. And is like, hey,
yeah, and like
Giori,
messes with her whole thing. And he like messes with her whole outfit, her personality.
Well, that's not until he gets the Vision Driver.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because then he Vision Drivers hacks. Which, by the way, I guess like the Game Master can hack regular people because he hijacks not only just Surumi but George.
I even had a moment of just like, oh, why would he be that concerned for Surumi? But then I was just like, oh yeah, he probably knew how important she would be later.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I kind of have to.
Yeah, I bet you that's what that is. And pretty much we just get, like, the Ace and all of them are just kind of hanging out at a cafe dressed up as, like, Final Fantasy characters.
Like they're going to, like, a Ren Fair or something.
Quest or some shit.
Or they're going to, like, a Halloween party.
Which, yeah, by the way, you find out those are just outfits provided by the restaurant. That was pretty good.
I guess there are themed restaurants there, so, like, maybe that is a thing of just, like, oh, pick out a costume.
Buff was just like, why am I alive?
Yeah, that was very funny. Just like, why am I alive? Why am I here?
And they're pretty much like, okay, game time. Let's go get the... You gotta take this package, which is this baby demon.
It's in like a cat carrier.
Demon sounds like an old man.
And it's in a cat carrier.
Yeah, pretty much. One of those cat carrier backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you gotta get it to the destination, which you obviously know is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
And... pretty much
you're all working together. You all win if it happens.
AKA, this is the this is the Geats writers versus the Revice writers portion of the movie, and there were some pretty cool fights.
Yeah, especially Typhoon I really liked some of the sets that they used. Like there was one point where they were using one of those really big like car transport vehicles.
Oh, yeah,
like
those big vehicle transport
what are they called?
Ones, and that was Revi and
Geats.
That was Revi with
Geats.
Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace and him were fighting, and their fight was really phenomenal. Cool.
You didn't even think that they were human. By the way, thanks, Kagero.
And
thanks,
immediately Kagero was like, yeah, we're demons.
We're not
devil.
human.
You want to come fight me? And they're like,
we're
and then like Kayla was just like, all right
oh
then.
My gosh.
You must die! And then they get hit by the wall and die. So Kagura.
Yeah, because like the whole
the
play area is like rapidly shrinking constantly, and if you just immediately get retired if you touch the wall.
Yeah, so Daiji and
we saw Sakura chasing Neon.
Oh,
that was really cool
because they split up until later.
Because they split up at one point.
Oh yeah. Long story short, if you guys can guess, pretty much if you're not Iki or which by the way, Vice is back.
Yeah.
we
Vice is back.
Vice is back. If you're not Iki or Vice or Ace, the rest kind of get dropped. But
yeah. Where are you that surprised though?
No, and it's kind of funny because you got to see Buffa fight Vice, and he's just like, and they're both just like, but I was just revived.
He's like,
we can relate.
He doesn't even care. He's just like, yeah, I have a fake one, whatever.
Yeah,
let's
whatever.
fight. And then that's when what was his name?
That's when Oja shows up. Oja.
Dad bod Oja.
Yeah, and then we immediately start seeing the Ryuki riders, which are assassins.
I say that with love, by the way. Don't you make fun of him.
I love that. Like,
we stand Dad bod Oja in this house.
And maybe you're just like, I have no
just
idea
like
what you're talking about. And if you don't know what we're talking about, good.
Yeah.
Like, overall, like, I think it's really cool we have the Ryuki riders here, but they really don't do anything outside of just be fighting fodder, which, for Oja, that makes sense. For Ryuga, that makes sense. Knight had some reason he was doing it.
I don't know, they just kind of wanted to put Ryuki in there.
Well, yeah, and then, like, yeah, so, because he was the last Battle Royale show, so why not? And honestly, the two characters from
they're
Ryuki
just kind of there.
Interact with somebody from Geats does. We do get to see Tycoon and Keiwa interact right at the very
Tycoon
end,
and
but
Keiwa?
I like their interaction.
You said Tycoon and Keiwa.
Oh, Tycoon and Ryuki.
Yeah.
Shinji and Keiwa.
And honestly, seeing Oja and Buffa was really cool too.
Yeah, they were trying to out-edgelord each other.
Hey, that was pretty funny. Honestly, I'm both surprised and kind of thankful. What was his name? The crazy serial killer dude.
Oja?
No, like the guy that was in like the snake jacket.
Yeah, that's him.
Was that? Oh, he had the long hair. He shoved Edgy's face into a bunch of light bulbs. That was Oja?
Yes.
Oh.
That was Oja too. He fought brave and he shoved Imu's face full of...
I thought that was another character. My bad.
Nope,
I haven't seen Ryuki. I've only seen like the first couple of episodes.
Yeah. Oh, we should watch the rest of it.
No, I was having a good time while we were watching it. But yeah, the Ryuki, other than like those really cool interactions, Ryuki...
And the great shot for when Ryuki comes back.
Oh yeah, that was a great
like,
shot.
Like, they literally,
really
shatter glass and you see the fire and him, like, his eyes are lighting up. It's awesome.
That was really cool, but like, they're just kind of there.
Yeah,
they're not really important to the plot whatsoever. You could insert any other writers
plot even
there.
Itself, even Seeker isn't that important, so pretty much let's finish the race.
Like, here's the thing with Seeker. Like, I feel like I could describe a lot about this character to you. You'd be like, wow, that sounds like there's a lot of depth to them and that it actually sounds interesting. But me listing those things off is about as interesting as it gets, because there's so many things where it's like they'll introduce these cool elements about him as like a character, like his family and how he is, and then they just kind of look away and they're just like, and then moving on instead of, going into it. But I mean, it's a short movie, so what can you do?
Pretty much we find out the teams find
cool
out
suit though. Cool
the
suit.
The Revice and the Geats guys are just like, well, we're not all against each other. And then like they pretty much go to the finish line because they're like, well, if we don't go to the finish, we can't save them. So
yeah, we can't
need
revive
to get to
them.
the finish line. And they give it, and that's pretty much where we see the new Game Master. He'd be like, all right, thank you for the baby demon, and now you eat it up, Seeker. You're my champion.
Go. There was a hole in the sky thing. Was he trying to keep it open? Was the thing?
Well, yeah,
or...
he was trying to. He pretty much wanted to make it an alien invasion.
Yeah, but, essentially.
By the way, Seeker's suit is pretty cool. I like it.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
This is a good one.
It really is. If I can give it at least that.
With all three of its arms and everything, and I think that's just rad as
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
And overall, that's kind of where the movie goes, where it's like now it's Rider versus Rider, the battle to the death. And since
and Seeker didn't put up as big of a fight as you would hope, though. It's just kind of like he just kind of gets kicked into many buildings and dies.
Like he puts up a decent fight and he's building buildings and shit. But like his final moment is just like, holy shit, though. Like it's just Ace pounding him through everything he had just built, like a shitty piece of losing game over Tetris.
It was pretty cool.
But yeah, Seeker as a character was kind of eh. The Game Masters had to have a Japanese samurai style sword fight.
Yeah, you could tell that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
Their masks, by the way.
Yeah, so that they could, put the people that actually know how to sword fight in there. But
Hey,
There was one point at the very end where the game master knocks over like the new guy that has come in, but he has like a similar cape, and it actually just kind of like flops all over him.
Yeah,
you
we
see...
have a screenshot, so you're probably gonna be able to see it.
It's really funny.
It looks like he ate shit.
It really looks like he just like tripped. Was like fuck.
But overall, I think this was a fun movie. I don't really have much else to say. It's kind of was like a B-plot random game episode of Geats and a decent kind of fun epilogue.
Yeah. It was fun and it was good, and I really liked the wrap-up that they did with Revice. I am a little aggravated at the very end because they asked Iki, hey, is there anything that you want to wish for? And he's just like, will everything go back to how things were before? It's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm good. It's just like, hello, you're the friend that you love dearly and are in the process of forgetting. Hello.
I wonder if it wouldn't have worked or something. We don't know.
I don't know.
Because
but
he
like,
does get a wish at the end of it. Which, again,
And Vice does disappear.
Yeah, he does disappear.
But
like, that was something. But it's like, it sounded like he'll come back anytime he needs him. So pretty much giving the excuse
plot
of
convenience.
anytime a team up comes in, I'm gonna be there.
But like, Ace actually, because like we did a bet of just like, oh, do you think Iki or Ace is gonna win?
Yeah.
And I voted on Ace, and big shocker, Ace won.
Yeah.
And he did actually do a very nice wish of wanting Iki to be able to remember Vice,
he literally
essentially.
Is like, Iki gets to keep all his memories.
It was very sweet, yeah.
And that was really nice and everything. I think this was a really fun film. I think the action was awesome, but it was just kind of, it was okay.
Alright, so I know you've asked me this off camera, but I didn't really get your opinion, so where would you kind of place this with our other movies?
This year, it still doesn't beat the next. Next
that
is
was just
still
really
definitely
good.
top tier #1. If you haven't watched the next, don't even watch our video. Go watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie instead.
If you are a Geats fan, I would say watch this, but it's like, I'd firmly put this
even a Revice fan. Revice fan as well.
If you
liked Revice and you want a little bit more closure on it, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I would say I would put...
You don't have to have watched Geats and if you watched Revice but you haven't watched Geats, you can still watch this movie, I'd say.
But I would still recommend watching Geats, you know.
Yeah, I mean...
And overall, I want to say, I don't know which one of these movies I like more, Decker or this one, but I want to say I might have had a little bit more fun with Decker, but maybe it's because I haven't seen those characters in a little bit, and I'm like, I've been missing you. And like, with the Geats stuff, I was honestly expecting a little bit more grander with Seeker and everything, but he was kind of like, eh. Because again, these are events that are referenced in the show. This is technically our first Desire Royale and everything else, and it's like... But it kind of was just like, okay, that's cool. That's neat back lore, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I need it.
It's funny you say that because when I said I said that I preferred the Decker movie over this one, you were like genuinely surprised when I said that?
I don't know. I was weirdly expecting you to enjoy it a little more.
I just feel like this was a very good movie. It's a very solid third.
The Sakura neon team up.
That was really cool. That really them and just eating crepes together was very funny.
Yes,
I enjoyed that.
Adorable.
But because I with the Decker movie, I feel like because this is a mashup like character like team up movie, it's just not as solid. Like it was fun and I enjoyed it. It's a good third place for me at the moment. I just feel like Decker, because it just had a more solid foundation, beginning, middle, end. Like it was just a solid move, like a solid all around kind of thing. With this one, it was good, but I feel like Decker was more refined.
I can agree with that.
And obviously, again, like the next is just a good movie in general.
Yeah, I think that might just be maybe one of the best ones that we've watched this year. Who knows?
So far.
Yeah, so
Who
far.
knows?
It has not been dethroned.
Because there will be more.
But yeah, no, I don't know, any favorite suits out of it? I was surprised we didn't see Power Builder Geats at all.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that too. Honestly, just because I was so happy that our boy got it. Like, I really liked Get Over Demons.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, because it was new. I mean, Seekers is gorgeous.
I love
good stuff.
Seekers,
but, I don't know, I was so happy for him. Of just like, yeah, my boy is back and he got his own custom suit. Like, I was just so happy for him.
Yeah. I don't mind Get Over Demons.
Maybe, but Seeker is very good. Like, I feel like Seeker probably actually is my answer, but, like, I had to mention his, you know.
But yeah. overall, we can recommend this movie if you enjoy both shows. If you don't like Geats or you don't like Revice, there's really nothing for you.
Yeah. It's just like a nice fun movie. If you have the time, if you like the shows, then go right ahead.
Especially if you're watching.
It's not a waste
shows.
of time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, give them a watch. They're worth
Again,
it.
especially if you're like, oh, I wanted a little bit more closure with Revice, or you're just like, hey, what was that Seeker stuff in Geats?
Yeah, exactly. Or you're like, why the fuck did I see Ryuki?
Yeah.
Because the Hyper Battle video also brings some of this stuff up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's cool stuff. We enjoyed both of these shows, if you couldn't tell, by the fact that our table is filled.
Yeah, exactly. We have obviously, a lot of this stuff has videos on the channel, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have Soto, we got regular DX stuff. Haven't reviewed plushes. If you want reviews of plushes, tell us.
I'll probably join in with that one because I have many.
Yeah. So yeah.
Including a big one of this beautiful girl.
The Behemoth Love Co.
It's like this big, guys. It's the best.
You wanted to bring it in for this.
I wanted to like be holding it the whole time, but you said no.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you can hate on him in the comments.
So yeah.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a solid week, I think.
Yeah.
I like
lots of good stuff so far. I'm actually
no real stinkers as of yet.
I'm pleasantly surprised at the moment.
I was expecting this to maybe be a stinker, honestly.
No, I went in with like kind of low expectations, but like I was very pleasantly surprised. So
yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I'll go and call Bella.
No. One, we had a recommendation. And two, it's something too good I couldn't deny. So, thank you very much to, I think their name was Hayden Reviews Custom Combos, down in the comments of the first video, asked to see one of my favorite movies and to use an excuse to watch it. I will take any. And we are covering this next time. I've been trying to find an excuse to talk about this movie.
You gave my boy his excuse.
Somebody said, hey, review Transformers, the movie.
And you're just like, well, if they're asking for it.
Well, if somebody asks for it to see if I would cover it, I'm gonna cover it. So next week,
literally his favorite movie.
So I'm excited. So, until then, go watch this movie, listen to the soundtrack, and I'll see you there.
The soundtrack was really good. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, thank you so much for the recommendation, and until next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.